Alright guys, so I appreciate people who reach out to me and ask questions, because that means you're serious about your financial future. And I know many people might be afraid to ask questions, they have reservations, they don't want to come across dumb, but who cares about appearances, right? At the end of the day, it's about your success. And that's what we're passionate about at 100% Finance, helping you to succeed financially. And if your success is that important, who cares about what other people think? You should never fall victim to people's bondage, okay? So do not quit. Now allow me to switch gears a little bit, guys, friends, and share with you some of my own personal experiences about quitting, okay? And how I too was tempted to quit in regard to my dreams of becoming a full-time real estate investor. After I closed on 7 rental units, I had a duplex, that's 2, single family, that's 3 units now, and a 4 unit, so I had 7 in total. It took me 3 years of investing in real estate to accumulate 7 rental units. I was coming into the year of 2013, and this is when I discovered utilizing creative financing to jumpstart my real estate investing career. This is when I came across using business credit. Some of you guys might have seen me on YouTube flashing my money team, my homies, my yes squad. They always say yes to every deal I do. My silent partners, if you will. And I've also used hard money to acquire properties. And I would use these creative financing tools in conjunction with a mortgage, okay? And we have that listed in our book, Quit Your Day Job. If you want to get a copy, you can find it on Amazon, and you can find it on our website at 100percentfinance.com, okay? So all the specifics of how to is stated in the book, all right? So make sure you get a copy of it. So as I was going through this stuff, I didn't have a book. I didn't have a Juan Pablo. I didn't have a podcast or a YouTube channel to follow that's feeding me this information on creative financing. But I learned this information through experience. I did not quit. So as I started buying properties in 2013, and I've been using this creative financing, I started to buy properties about every other month or every 2 months. I would continue to close on properties. In fact, in 1 year, I bought 3 properties, 3 multi-family properties. And with these 3 properties, I was cash flowing, I was living a life. And then I had a 4th one under contract within that same year. Unfortunately, my mortgage lender at the time advised me that they cannot give me a mortgage on a property I currently had under contract. And I thought that was ridiculous. I said, why? Nothing changed on my personal credit. My personal credit still looks pretty. I still have the 7 so odd FICO score, 700s. I still had a low debt to credit ratio below 30%. I had very few inquiries because when I applied for business credit, I received hard inquiries, but then I removed them through inquiry removal. We provide that at 100percentfinance.com, business credit and inquiry removal. The watch, rinse, and repeat cycle, which is detailed in the book extensively. And I had no losses on my tax returns, anything. I look good on paper where mortgage underwriters are concerned, okay? However, my mortgage lender still refused. And I asked them, I said, hey Dan, why? Why can I not move forward with you guys in regard to a mortgage? And mind you, I've been paying them on the other mortgages I had with them. I had 3 properties now, 3 mortgages. Been paying them on time. And Dan replied, well, unfortunately, Juan Pablo, you're a liability to us. How so, Dan? Well, Juan Pablo, if you happen to, knock on wood, if you happen to get hit by a bus tomorrow, mañana, my friend, we'll be out of 3, and if we extend you this loan, 4 loans. So we can't afford that liability on our books. Therefore, Juan Pablo, we cannot help you here. Now, I could have easily quit off of that reply. from my current mortgage lender Dan, because I was frustrated. I didn't know where to go for lending, because I was investing out of state, so I didn't have that luxury to go to a local networking event or to reach out to fellow real estate investors in that market, because I didn't live in that market. I lived in the New York City area at the time and invested in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I was pretty much stuck between a rock and a hard place. I felt discouraged. However, my motivation to quit my day job outweighed my desire to quit when the going got tough. It outweighed my desire to quit when I realized that I had a burning desire to be financially free and independent. So some of you guys listening today, you too may have that same desire. You have to have a burning desire that you desperately want to exit out the rat race and be financially free and independent so you can fulfill your purpose. So what did I do in that situation? I reached out to a mortgage broker, like I advised my friend earlier in the beginning of this podcast. And I said, hey, is there any other lender I can work with? Sure, a mortgage broker may cost a bit more because they got to get paid too, but it's worth their relationships. That's what you're paying for. Their contacts, their Rolodex. So I reached out to Dan, my mortgage broker, and he said, oh yeah, your profile looks beautiful, Juan Pablo. You know what? I have a lender at this small community bank that can help you out. Please give me an updated credit report, tax returns, your past 2 years of your operating expenses and so forth. I provided Mike all of my quote-unquote paper that the underwriters need. Found out my new lender, and she said, oh yeah, we can hook this guy up. Let's give him the financing he needs for the 4th deal that he's doing this year. So as a result of not having that quitter's mindset, and as a result of keeping my credit pretty as possible, as a result of learning more about creative financing, business credit, which we provide, and hard money loans, I was able to exceed my goal that year. I needed 10 units to quit my 9-to-5, and I ended up closing on 21. So I want to encourage all of you. It's possible, but it's only possible to those who are tenacious. And that's what the book provides, right? It's not just a blueprint to quit your 9-to-5 through real estate investing, but it's also a motivational booklet. It teaches you the mindset you need to have, the entrepreneurial mindset. Because there's not too many people who are entrepreneurs. And you might be listening and say, hey, you're right. The people I'm closest to, they're all employees. And I always have to say, well, how can you expect to be a full-time entrepreneur if you have nobody in your circle who is? You're the sum total of all your associations. So you want to associate, not just physically, but also mentally with people who are at the place you want to be at. So if you want to be financially free, independent like I am, you too need to associate with us at 100% Finance. The book is a start. It's a low-cost item. You can get it on Amazon, on our website. Read it thoroughly, complete your information in regard to the charts about your financial freedom goal, calculating how many units you need, what's your power formula. If these terms sound like a foreign language, you need to read the book so that you know this stuff like the back of your hand. And in a short matter of time, you and I will be having a drink together, toasting up to the good life of financial freedom. Alright, so again, you can reach the book, you can locate the book at 100percentfinance.com, or you can check us out on Amazon, and the title is Quit Your Day Job by yours truly, Juan Pablo.